Today I want to teach you about something that I'm passionate about. This here is a fresh Alaskan king salmon. We're just going to kind of dive in. I'm going to teach you a few different things to do with the fish, maybe help you feel more comfortable if you've ever been intimidated to purchase a fish like this, or if you've caught a fish that is obviously whole when you catch it, what do you do with it? First things first, we're just going to go over our station. We've got our cutting board here anchored down with a couple of wet towels underneath. I've got a towel here for just wiping up as I go. The knife I'm going to use to fillet, this will be for kind of trimming away the belly bones. I've got a pin bone pliers here. For this you can just use any needle nose pliers. A bowl and a spoon for the spoon meat, I'll show you that. And then just a couple pans here for putting the fillets in the different portions as we fillet our salmon. First thing we're going to do is just take our fillet knife, and this salmon has been gutted, as you can see. They gut this shortly after they catch them, kind of the first stage of processing a salmon. What we're gonna do is get right up under where the gill is. I'm gonna hold on to this, this is a pectoral fin, and just slide my knife in there, and I'm gonna cut right down to the spine, all right? From the spine, I'm gonna kind of use this dorsal fin as a guide, and I'm just gonna pull this up and see if I can come right above that dorsal fin, and then something like that. All right, so there's one fillet. The fewer strokes you do, the better it is. You can kind of see as the strokes, with each stroke, you'll get a little line in the fillet. From there, I'm just gonna flip this baby over, and same thing, just kind of backwards. We're coming in this way, trim that, and then just turning my knife right down against the spine. There we go. So we've got our two fillets. All right, so now we've got our head and spine here with some meat attached. I'm just gonna set that aside for now. I'll use this knife here with a little bit of a curve to it to kind of start getting into cutting away the belly bones. All right, so I'm down there. And you can kind of see how they come up right here. I'm just gonna sneak the knife in behind there. And with a couple swipes, always ideally, the fewer swipes, the better, and the less meat you leave here, the better. And what I'm actually gonna do is come from all the way back here and just pull this with some good force all the way down, okay? And this is our salmon belly right there. This is where most of the omega-3 oils are stored in here. So from here, we've got a little residual spine pieces, and all you gotta do is just run your finger along one side like that. All right, and we can turn this around, and ideally the other side like that, and that middle piece should just come out. All right, pin bones, probably the least glamorous task of filleting a salmon. I've got my fish pliers here to help me out. You can just use a needle nose pliers from your toolbox, but if you do want to get a pair of these, they definitely help. Spring loaded, and they have extra little grip in there. So the pin bones, as you can see, kind of sticking out here, there's 31 of them. And when I do this, I start kind of anterior up by the head, first ones I can get at, and then move down towards the tail. And the goal with these, there's one there, is to grab on, apply some pressure, let's see, like a good pull, but don't grab it and just rip quick because it'll just snap. So this one here, I'm gonna grab on, give it a little ease into the pressure, I guess I would say. So we did end up putting a little bit of trench in there, but as we cut these into pieces, that stuff won't be noticeable. Next step would be to remove the skin. I'm gonna start from the tail end, and I'm just gonna cut back a little ways here towards the tail, and then angle my knife down towards the skin, and then I'm just gonna pop a little hole, tip of my knife like that. Stick my finger through there, and that's gonna be my grip, all right? This brown part here, this is the fat that sits right up against the skin, so our goal is gonna be to leave as much of that on the fillet as possible. Here we go. Okay, and there we go. So we've got our scale ready here. I'm just gonna do, see how my skills are on portion control. I used to do this kind of daily. I haven't done it for a while, but there's two different ways to fillet this out. We could essentially take it from here and cut it in half and then have portions from the top and bottom. As you can see, like there's more fat inlaid in these layers down towards the belly. So I'm gonna keep these fillets whole all the way down. So here, we'll start at the top, and I'm gonna go for, if you're on the zone, it's an 1.5 ounces per protein block of salmon. I'm a 5 block guy, so I'm gonna shoot for 7.5 ounces. So let's go something like that. Set it up there. Ooh, not even close. Little light there. Let's go there. Boom. 6.6, 6.7, better. All right, better. And the fillet style I'm doing is called a tranche. It's you're going on cutting on a bias on both sides, and that just gives it more surface area and kind of shows off the design of the salmon, or kind of the muscle. Right down the middle, and then have 2 portions, or 2 pieces to that portion, something like that. So there you have it, tranche style fillet. All right, as far as storing this stuff, I just have a 4-inch deep half hotel pan with a piece of paper towel on the bottom. I'm just gonna set these in there, and this will help keep them dry. But again, you can freeze these right away, wrap them in plastic and freeze them. Cover that. Okay, good way to store it like that. You wouldn't want to go more than 1 or 2 days in your fridge like that. They'll start losing moisture and drying out. Okay, so spoon meat. Just take a spoon and dig in there. And you can see how easily that meat scrapes away. Okay, got that. You just take that spoon meat, throw it in a bowl. Again, that's boneless, skinless. This is what sushi restaurants will use for like a spicy salmon roll. All right, so here we have it, our awesome Alaskan king salmon. The prudent thing to do when you get an amazing piece of meat like this, or an amazing fish, is to use every part of it, all right? Do yourself a favor, do nature a favor, however you wanna look at it. The only thing we're gonna throw away is kind of this gill plate here and this fin, all right? And then also the pin bones that we removed from the fillets. Other than that, there's some meat in here, so these pectoral fins, you can grill these up or roast them. I'll show how to do that. Here we have our salmon bellies, rich in fat, and again, delicacy right along with the skin. Spoon meat, scraps, those I'm gonna combine for either spicy sushi or some salmon ceviche. We've got a full fillet here for grilling or roasting off in the oven. And then our last 2 parts is gonna be the spine and head, good for salmon head stew or fish stock. Last but not least, boom, our tranche fillets are ready to go for a lot of different applications. There you have it. I hope you feel more comfortable now approaching a whole fish. I'm Paleo Nick. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next episode.